Did you see the leaked gameplay? Yeah, I saw the leaked YUNARA. We can talk about it, I guess. But you can see that it's not fully finished, right? She has like the Kaisa icon. Maybe these spell icons will be a bit changed as well. I think they will look a bit like weirdly tuned. YUNARA's critical strikes deal an additional 10% and scaling with AP magic damage. I didn't realize she had AP scalings. So I guess she's kind of gonna be like an on-hit champ. That's what this makes me think. Wait, but she crits. Actually, I'm not sure. Crit AP? Strange. And then the Q. Passive YUNARA's attacks deal an additional. So she's gonna be like a magic damage on the hit ADC, but also wants to buy crit. I don't know what the fuck you're gonna build on this champ. She has AP scaling, she has AD scaling, she has on hit, and she has crit scaling. Because it's something, it's similar to like Kog'Maw or Kaisa, but they don't have crit scalings. Like, because you can't really, like, how do you afford to buy all those items? It's impossible, you know? You can't get both crit. Like, you can go on hit and AP. That's possible, right? And you can go, I guess, I've never seen someone go AP and crit, though. That'd be fucking weird. Like, you go Yuntal into, like, Nashers into Shadow Flame into, I don't fucking know. Passive YUNARA's attacks deal an additional magic damage on hit. Launching an attack causes YUNARA to generate 1 Unleash, max 8. Increase to 2 when attacking a champion. Not attacking for 6 seconds causes YUNARA to lose 1 Unleash every 0.5 seconds. So the more she attacks, the more Unleash she gets. And what does Unleash do? It costs 8 Unleash to use this. 8 Unleash and 10 mana. Okay, so she needs to auto attack to use her Q. YUNARA unleashes her inner potential for 5 seconds, during which she gains 40% attack speed or attack steal, an additional 10% magic damage on hit, and her attack spread to nearby enemies, dealing 30% physical damage. Spread attacks will critically strike with attack. Initially, a spread was critical strike, or attack was a structure, and a critical strike was rolled. Damaging for spread attack steal turn minions below 30% health. So similar to Kaisa, that it has an execute to minions below 30% health. On it effects at 30% effectiveness, life steal at 30% effectiveness. Okay. Okay. So her Q is an auto attack buff that she needs to auto attack to use. And it also has an AP scaling. Hello, Baguette. Hey, glad to have you back, brother. Glad to have you back. Hope you're doing well. How did the exams go, brother? Okay, so that's the Q. Let's see how it works. So he needs to auto attack to stack it up. He needs to auto attack 4 times, and then he stacks up 8 Unleash, and then he can use it, and then it spreads like that, and he can auto attack 8 times with it. Yeah, that seems pretty good. The autos look pretty smooth. You know, the autos, they kind of look like Lee Sin Qs, you know? That's what it kind of makes me think of. That looks like Lee Sin Qs, no? Reminds me a bit of Aphelios blue weapon as well, the flamethrower Al. That's true, that's true. Okay, and then the W. YUNARA lets rip a spinning prayer bead that slows down when near enemies and lingers and expands when it reaches endpoint. The initial hit deals 8 or 9 physical damage and slows by 90%. Wait. Oh, it slows the enemy by 99%, decaying over 1.5 seconds? There's no sound on the video, it's just music. Wait, no, but the projectile slows. But the projectile doesn't slow champions, it looks like, no? I think the projectile doesn't slow champs, it just, the projectile slows down. Or, I'm not sure. YUNARA becomes ghosted and gets 60% move speed, increases to 90% move speed and move towards the enemy champion. That kills for 2 seconds, so she just gets faster, okay. And she's faster when she tries to run down people. Makes sense, yeah. And YUNARA enters a transcendent state. So her ultimate is like just a buff to her, kind of. I think it buffs all her spells. Cultivation of Spirit is activated for the duration. Arc of Judgment is upgraded to Arc of Ruin, has its cooldown reduced by 50%. And Kanmei Step is upgraded to Untouchable Shadow and has its cooldown refreshed. Okay. So let's see the upgraded. So her E becomes a dash that works over walls. It becomes like a backflip or a front flip or whatever. And her W becomes like an Alawi tentacle type of vibe. And what does the Q do? The Q is just infinite now. So does the Q work with Hurricane as well? It does, no? It's like double procs? But his autos are not proccing Hurricane here. Is it just that they're not in range or what? I guess it does work with Hurricane. Seems similar to like Zeri. Hits me a bit with Zeri, no? Gives me Zeri vibes. Definitely gives me Zeri vibes. Speaking of Zeri vibes, I'm gonna pick Zeri. I don't want to pick Aphelios because if it's Karma support and then they lock in like Varus or something, Aphelios is pretty unplayable. Overall, the champion looks pretty cool though. I gotta say, the champion looks pretty cool. I'm very excited to play her. I love auto-attacking based ADCs. And that's what it looks like. Her kit looks pretty simple. Not sure about the build. The builds look pretty freaky since she has AP scaling, crit scaling, you know, a bunch of shit. So it's kind of hard to really figure out what to build.
We should probably be OP, right?
Like, if we look at Riot's track record of releasing new champions, 75% of the time, they're OP.